Hello, everyone. It's Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. It's a partly cloudy day. Hey, Belinda, nice to see you. It is currently 14 degrees Celsius, which means it is 57 degrees Fahrenheit. It's brisk. It's wonderful. It's a lovely day. Hey, and welcome. So, today surprise, want to use up more scrap paper. I always want to use up scrap paper. And I know it's no real surprise to you, but that's okay. I like having stuff around that I can just grab and go, right? So I still have this stack here of the blind painted for the monsters. I played with them a little bit more Sunday evening. I did post them on Meet Your Creativity, but I'll show you the ones that I did in case you didn't see them. I've got these two guys. This is my absolute favorite out of all the monsters. He's got a Love Mom tattoo. I just had to, because I just did. And then I did this little grouping here to finish off this page. So those are the little guys that I finished off. You do see little Mr. Mushroom. So I'm going to continue making monsters. I'm kind of on a roll with them. I'm really enjoying it. It's me, right? What else have I got? I still haven't finished my zine. I did post on Meet Your Creativity if anybody wants to join the zine swap. I've got a zine swap happening there. So the information is on Meet Your Creativity. The link to that is below in the description box. I'm just a couple dozen-ish away from reaching my goal of 250 subscribers. And when I reach my 250 subscribers, I'm going to do a draw for this little jewelry set of drawers that Ron built and I decoupaged. They are completely flocked with blue flocking. And I will be sending this out to a winner when I reach my 250. But I want to remind you that I still have this and it's still in the works to go out when I reach my goal of 250 subscribers. Just so you know. Okay. What I want to do today, thanks, Anne. He's done so many in just like natural woods and stuff. This was just a scrappy piece of wood, and so he didn't care that I painted it or did whatever I wanted to with it. So I decided the decoupage and the collage on it would be kind of fun. I did that on one of my lives here sometime way back when. I think when I reached 100. Just after I reached 100, I set a new goal for 250. Anyway, that'll happen when it happens. I want to use up scrap paper today. I would like to play at making labels. So I've got just pieces of copy paper. This is actually a full piece, but whatever. I've got pieces of copy paper here. You know that I use them for postage. I use them for backing. I did check on the one that is cheaper to ship to the USA, but I have not had a package big enough that I have required using them. So I will definitely with this one see if it's cheaper to use them or if it's cheaper just to send it through the post office. Right now, I've actually found that when I mailed out that 100 pages to Jan, I used her as my guinea pig. And so I sent her out 100 book pages. And it was under $5 to send that to her. I still have to get 100 book pages together, and I'm going to ship it to Jean because Jean's in New Mexico. So I figured that's far enough away that I could get a guesstimate for how long, how much it costs to send down there. And then I'm going to take that from there. But right now, so far, Canada Post met my demand or met my criteria for shipping out the book pages. And yeah, so I do have another company here too that I want to check out for sending packages. I thought that I would be using them to send those pages to Jan, but I didn't realize 100 pages fits in just a regular big brown envelope. So I'm still kind of playing with a package. Um, I haven't had to send a bunch of stuff to Jan in like a box or anything lately, so I haven't had a chance to play. Although with Christmas and stuff coming up, I may be sending packages out. I don't know yet. So, labels. I know that there are lots of labels to be had free on Pinterest, that kind of thing. Sometimes you want to make your own. Sometimes you don't have a printer to print things like that. I really like the monsters on the black paper too. Hey, Tina, welcome. Nice to see you. Hope all's well in your world. So, as I was saying, not everybody has a printer to be able to print things off of Pinterest or any of the other free sites. I'm going to show you a quick, simple way of making labels. Um, yeah, all's good. So, have a lid, right? Me and my lids. Let's use black to start, and I'll just show you how I do some labels. The thing about labels is you want to have some fun stuff on it, whether you're doing like witches brews, that kind of thing. Then you want things to look a little bit older, so you would use coffee stained paper or book page. You know, well, I got paint blobbies. Come on, we don't want you in there. We do not want you in there. Okay, so I've got some black paint and I put it on the thing. I'm having a great day, thank you. Ron and I went on putt yesterday and we explored a few little towns in Manitoba that we'd never been to before. We've driven past them but never through them. So I actually found my dream hotel that I would love to have. Of course, it's a pipe dream because we're at an age now where we wouldn't be able to do the renovations ourselves, and so it would be far more costly. So not going to happen. That and the fact that we don't want to have to pack up all our toys and move, right? But this little hotel, it's a historical site, so you can't really do too much renovation to it because it's a historical site, but it's in a lakeside town. It's not on the waterfront. It's only got 6 guest rooms. So I thought it would be great for a bed and breakfast. But I was thinking for retreats for artists and that kind of thing. Hey Barbara, welcome, welcome. So anyway, saw this little hotel and kind of had the pipe dream and what if on the way home. So that was a nice thing. And yeah, we saw a couple of other little towns and it was great. It was just wonderful. We didn't realize how bad the smoke was when we left because we didn't check the air quality. So it I ended up having to stop and pick up meds to deal with the allergies and stuff. But it's okay. We went to one town. We were planning on going to southwestern Manitoba, and we didn't quite make it there. We made it kind of halfway across the province, realized the smoke that side like was way too thick. So we turned around and went the other way and did kind of around the Ontario and US border, like up in that area. It was good. We had a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So back to making labels. It was an excellent adventure. An absolutely excellent adventure. This is the center from tape. We probably all have Scotch tape. I don't know how many of you guys save these. I save these things for multiple uses. So I'm just going to take my paintbrush. I could do it with this the way I do stamps with the felt and stuff. I just am kind of lazy today and I don't really feel like washing out felt. So I'm just going to put some paint on the edges of it. We're going to stamp it down. It looks like a label. I guess I could use a stamp pad too. You know what? I've got paint here, so I'm doing that. So you could color in that ring. You don't have to color in that ring. You can leave it as it is. I like the fact that it's got a little bit of a smudge mark on it. Makes it look that little bit old. As I say, on coffee stained paper, that would be incredible. So the insides of the paint, tape rolls, because it's got the double circle, makes wonderful little labels. Of course, if you had a punch that you could punch the rounds out, that would be a thing. Hey, Jan, nice to see you. So, again, just the inside of a tape roll. We're having a day. Um, Makes wonderful labels. Now, for the inside, you could take little stamps and do like a little uh, saying. If they've got little sayings, you could put numbers. You could put whatever you like. You could use, I don't have a glass of water here. Look at that. Surprise. You could hand write your labels. But those are kind of fun. Easy, simple. You need something that you can mark on plastic with, right? I bet you even just a black Sharpie marker, because it's wet, would work. Stamp pad, paint, what you have handy, use, right? We're not trying to break your crafting pocket on this channel. You know, I go as cheap as possible. And again, like I say, if you get those little breaks and stuff in it, it just gives it that old look. So that's one way of doing it. And then, of course, you can always use just a single plastic cup, glass, egg cup, whatever you have. Same thing. If it's got a wider rim, that's kind of a benefit, right? That you could do it this way. And again, you just put it down. Whoa, these things are really crunchy and they fold. So that gives you an outline. But you know what? You can go around that with marker. You could doodle around it, like with those little S marks, and then cut around it. You could punch that out with a big punch, and that could be the inside circle. You know, you're limited. You know, just do it. Just you can make lots and lots of labels this way. Right? Like this is just a wonderful, wonderful way of making round labels. Okay. Now I'm going to show you. Oh, that one's over the edge. Oh, well, it'll have to be trimmed nice and close. As I say, then you could write whatever you want in it, label-wise, right? So what if you want to do like a rectangular label? Of course, you can cut rectangles. Use your ruler, measure, whatever you want. You could rip them. You could cut them. But I want to show you how I do these inside corners of these labels. So you could take it and you could put it just under a hole punch and take off that edge, right? Use like your hole punch. Mine is dull, so it doesn't cut it cleanly. But the other thing that I like to use is like a round punch. And under your round punch, it's got all these little plasticky mark things on. So if you stick it so that it is halfway this way, and use that line, right? So you put it in and you're using that plastic line and it's halfway there, and you punch. Oh, again, my punches are just nasty. You get like a really nice rounded edge. My punches, they're dying on me here. I've put them through I've used foil in them. It doesn't seem to work for me. Now, this is a 5/8 inch punch. It's Recollections. So it's got this mark this way, and you see this mark that way. Is that making sense? Hey, Dawn, welcome, welcome. Flowers? No. Flowers? I was doing labels. So again, if you mark it, do it so it's halfway and halfway, right? And then you cut, you get just a really nice ticket ticket label kind of corner on your things. So you don't have to get all the fancy punches if you don't have them, right? The other thing you can do is if you cut out a circle, let's just show you the other thing. Let's draw a circle. Let's do the inside of this one. Right? Let's put the pen on. Okay, there's the inside of the circle. So we're just going to cut this out. Working on labels today, Dawn, just playing around. I did some more monsters. My monsters so far I've got quite a few done. I have this stack still to go. But after my live, I did this group of them down here. And then these two, and this one I have to say is my absolute favorite because I gave him a Love Mom tattoo. Okay, so we're cutting out this circle. Oh, thanks. I admit I had an awful lot of fun doing them, and I appreciate all the help everybody gave me while I was doing them. And I appreciate those that stuck out that marathon live because that was a 4-hour live. I really appreciate you guys for being here for that. Okay, so you cut out, you trace a circle, you cut it out, right? Let's fold it in 4. It's close to 4. I've got paint on me already. Surprise, right? So you've got this, and it's got the right angle. So you can put that down on your paper. That could be your template. And you put that down on your paper, trace around it, right? Let's do that. Put it on the corner, trace around it, and then cut it. Am I going too fast? Is there something I'm not sharing nicely with you guys? Hey, Brenda, welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. So that's how I do my ticket edges and things. I either use my punches if they're working nicely, or I will use like a quarter circle and put it on a corner and cut it that way. Does that make sense? Oh, yeah, company is always nice to get, even if it's in the middle of the live. I'm just going to recap kind of where I was mentioned at the beginning. I have on Meet Your Creativity, there is a zine swap. We are going to swap a zine. Sign up end date is October 31st. So if you're interested in that, check out the thing on Meet Your Creativity. And Let's swap some zines. The other thing I wanted to mention is you're cooking chicken wings. Ooh, yum. This is what I am going to be using as a giveaway when I reach 250 subscribers. I'm going to do a draw for this little jewelry box. The drawers are flocked. It's a solid wood. Well, it's not solid because the drawers are hollow, but it's decoupaged and collaged. So, hey, Cindy, I tried punching it through aluminum foil. They have not sharpened, no how, no way. So, this little jewelry box is what I'm giving away when I reach 250 subscribers. I'll do a draw for it. And then, of course, for some envelopes of Kimbits. Thank you, thank you. About 15 minutes? Ooh. Are you putting like a hot sauce or anything on them? Or are they just dry breaded wings? Nosy here. Okay, so we've got these labels. I'm just going to cut them out. You can color in between these circles. Of course, I used black paint. You could use whatever color paint you want to match whatever you're working on. You could coffee dye these pages first so they look a little bit antique-y so that when you've got these little smudgy marks, it's, you know, looks that little bit old. And I'm just going to cut just on the outside of the paint lines as close to them as I can. I'm not, if I don't cut it exact, I'm not worried about it. This is just one of those things that we are using for adding interest to a page. Right? Oh, Fuzzy. Come on. Play nice. Come back, come back. There we go. These are just things that we use to add interest to the page. Oh, thanks, Brenda. Salt and pepper? Ah, nice. Yeah, I don't know. Darn camera. Oh, crunchy coating, yes. So, as I say, now we can write inside. Let's take something, a fine marker. My writing isn't the greatest, but let's have fun. How about this one says, unfortunate. Can I fit that? Let's see. Unfortunate. Just unfortunate consistency. So I have a strange label that says unfortunate consistency, and people are going to go, what? Of course, you can write it clear. You can put it on the computer and type things in. You could use little stamps. I'm going to handwrite these because it's handmade, guys. It is what it is. And that pen is just not great. Quite a few people are saying that they're going to win that chest of drawers. The cool thing is, though, is if Barbara wins it, I can just deliver it to her and not have to pay exorbitant shipping prices. I was just saying we went on putt yesterday, Barbara, and we've always driven past Emerson, but we've never driven through the town, and what a beautiful little town it is. And then we went to Elma, and their hotel is for sale, but it's a historical building. But I thought it's so quaint that it would make a great bed and breakfast for doing like craft retreats. Everything's about the retreats. But I couldn't find the listing for it when I looked on MLS, so I don't know what it would cost. Also, it's a historical building, so it, what? It's, you can't do much renovating to it. It has to stay basically the way it is. That and the fact that we're getting up there in age that I'm not prepared to do the work, or health wise, I can't help with the work the way I would like to. And, we actually went through Ridgeville, Jan. I was thinking of you yesterday, hun. Awesome. Yeah, we did a real big putt yesterday. We wanted to go to the Pembina Valley. Sorry, guys, for those of you that don't live in Manitoba, Manitoba is flat. We are prairie. We are flatter than flat. We can see our dog run away for 3 days. We can see tomorrow's weather coming. It's that flat. But the Pembina Valley actually has some rolling hills, and it's a beautiful area, and we like to go there and look around. And so we were headed that way, but the air quality, like you could see just how brown and everything the air quality was. I don't know if it was smoke or dust or whatever, but we didn't want to risk my breathing that far from home, because it's a couple of hours, 2-3 hours from home. So we only ended up in Winkler, and we had lunch there. And we didn't fry. I had my aluminum foil hat. So anyway, we had lunch in Winkler and then decided to do southeastern Manitoba. So we drove down around Emerson, and it was a long drive. We did over 500 kilometers yesterday. We were gone from 10:30 in the morning, between 10 and 10:30 in the morning, to probably about 6 in the evening. It was a long day. It was lovely, absolutely lovely. So, you know what? I know you guys know how to cut out circles. I'm just doing it, just showing you how easy it is to make a label if you don't have a printer, right? And can't print out fun stuff. So, okay, we've got this label. Let's do maybe a little swirly, flowery kind of thing at the bottom, right? That's the other nice thing about doing your own labels. You can decorate them anyhow, any way you. That doesn't have to be the bottom. That could be the side. That could be the top. It was a lovely day. It really, really was. Ah, you're on your way to. That's right. You're going down south there. Okay, so and then you just put something fun on it, right? This one, I should have probably used that one on this one because it's bigger. Doesn't matter. Okay, so fast, simple, round labels. Let's do a rectangular label. And here we go. Kim's not measuring, right? We're going to do it like this and do the corners. If you don't have any punches or don't want to do a circular thing, kind of push the corners together. I'm not folding tight, except for here. It is tight, but you know what I mean? And then you just do a little swoopy thing on the corners. They're all going to match. So there's a nice big label. I would be excited about it too. So then you take a big marker and you go around the edges. Or not, right? Because we know that it's kind of hard to get it even this way. But it's handmade, guys. It's just that little bit of interest. We're just adding the little bit of interest to the page for pennies. I'm all about the interest for pennies. Okay, so yeah, it's not exactly equal, but that's okay. So now we've got the big dark line. Let's do a thinner line on the inside. Take a thinner marker and just kind of follow those lines. Yeah, I'm not using a ruler. I'm not measuring. I am the perfectionist's nightmare. Martha Stewart would run from my house screaming. I admit it. And you know what? If somebody is going to look at your work this closely and start criticizing it, they don't deserve your work. So look at that lovely big label. Scrap paper. Scrap paper. Stuff that we use for, tossing. Don't know what I want to put on this label. You know what? We could do that out of book pages too. The background text, I'm going to use this piece here, this paragraph here, because it's a paragraph. So it's kind of going to be the same. Easier to cut reasonably straight lines from that. I am going to do this. Same thing. Yeah, I want everything too. Oh, what did you put for spell check? I call it autocorrect. Yeah, who needs to measure? Yeah, I'm one of those nightmare people. You know, for some things I do measure. I admit I can do it. I just it's just there we go. Another big thing. Scrap paper, guys. Scrap paper can be used for so many things. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to outline it with the big black. This is a big black Sharpie. So if you don't want the words showing on your book page, if you think it's, if you're concerned about triggering someone, etc., you could always put another piece inside with the words on it. You don't necessarily have to. You could color, take markers and draw lines over the words so that people can't necessarily read it. You use what you have, right? Use what you have, because especially if it's supposed to be a junk journal, you use what you have. Spell check does what it wants. It does. And everything does look good in those places. So, okay, we've got this. Now, I would use a bigger marker to write something in here so that you can't really see what's behind it. Let's use a Sharpie like this. It's just a regular fine point Sharpie. And let's put be kind. Or be you. Let's do kind. Ah. So we've got the label, right? It says be kind. They're going to see the be kind. They're not necessarily going to start reading the fine print behind it. We could decorate that up a little bit more. We could take a marker, because it's a label. We could bling this up as much as we want, right? Let's go around it in a red or do the shadowing. Let's do the shade side with red. Now, really, you've got that on a book page. I could go around this with the red as well. I think I'll do that. They're not necessarily going to be reading what's on the book page because this is bold and beautiful and says it all. Does that make sense? Granted, some people have the need to read written words. They need to know what it's saying. Yeah. So you can make your own labels. You can make them different sizes. You could build up a stockpile of just blanks, use them as you need. Seriously, use what you have, guys. Use what you have. Let's do a round one on a book page. I've got all these book pages chopped because of when I was doing the blind painting on Sunday. I tore up way more than I'd anticipated. Let's do a big round one. So let's take this brush that I haven't cleaned because I don't have a glass of water here. Using what I got. I have paint. I have a glass. I have a book page. I have a brush. It doesn't quite fit. Nice, Anne. Yeah, I do keep page numbers too. I've been punching them out. I have cheated about numbers though. As I said, I buy at the dollar store. Come, you come. I buy these fill-it-in numbers. It's got lists of numbers. You can cut out these numbers. They're lovely to use if you need numbers for tickets and things. And you know what? These make great backgrounds. Like if you cut it and you glue it down on an ATC or whatever, it's a fabulous background. So that's where I find a lot of numbers. Seriously, you buy one of these for $1. There's 100 puzzles. Look at those numbers. Like, and you've got these ones in the black. Oh yeah. I get excited about strange things like this. Yes, I do. I have to go get a glass of water. Even though that's an ugly brush, I really don't want to lose it just yet. going fast, guys. Go fast. So yeah, again, use what you got. I'm all about that. Yeah, I know, Barbara. It's crazy. No, it's not cheating using those puzzle numbers. I have a bin of things that I use for numbers, calendar squares, phone numbers on things. So I cut up. So there's the last four digits and the first three, sometimes the area code. I use whatever, but that because it's on the newsprint and it's that. Look at how mucky I am. Kim's here. Um, it just works for me. It really, really works for me. Get big shipments of fabric. Oh, yeah. I remember when we would get fabric at Walmart. Now that it's you get fat quarters if you're lucky. But again, that's something else I do not need is fabric. Oh, Barbara, huge favor, hun. Can you please send me that guy's phone number again? Can you email that to me because I put it someplace safe? And you know how that works? I need to get my sewing machine fixed. The guy in St. Adolphe. Okay, so now we've got a round one on this. So let's age this a little bit, right? Because we can. I am just going to grab some brown paint if I can find it. Okay, I've got Crafter's acrylic. This is a dollar store burnt umber. Yeah, my friend said that they still get phone books in Winnipeg. We don't get phone books out here. So I think that's a wonderful thing. Okay, so water on the brush. You want a wet, wet brush, right? Just tip it into the paint. And we're just going to use that to color this, age it that little bit. We could do that with the white one too. Me too, Brenda, all the time. Isn't that annoying? Hi, Cindy. Welcome, welcome. Nice, Anne. Oh, the yellow pages. That's awesome because then it's on the yellow background. Oh, no, I want brown, Kim. But I want it really watered down. So the problem being is I used that thin marker on this one and it's going to run. So I'm not going to add the watered down brown paint to that. Yeah, I could use coffee. It's upstairs. I had some leftover coffee from yesterday, so I was going to do some paper staining. Didn't get around to bringing it down with me. So I'm just going to use this brown, watered down brown paint on these. And I'm not too worried. I just want them to be really grungy looking. If that makes sense? If you do not have brown paint, if you have red and green, mix it together. A little bit of black, you get brown. More red and green than the black, though. Of course, you can also color things with black paint. Gives it a nice old look. Almost like an oily gas station-y type look. I'll show you. I'll show you. Oh, thanks, Anne. Yeah, I had watched Carrie's thing when he was doing tickets and how he harvests numbers from various things. And I happened to be in a Dollarama or whatever, and I saw that book and I'm like, why can't I use that? That's funny, Steel Wool. You've got a landline? Me too. Well, I had a landline. I don't anymore. Oh, you know what? We were like that here until just recently. We actually managed to get um, fiber lines put in last year. There was a company doing that, so it was it was really nice getting that. I'm just having fun. I'm making a big mess. You guys know how I do that because it's me. But see, if you water down the black paint, it gives a nice grungy effect. You water down the brown paint, it too gives a lovely grungy effect. You don't always have to have all the inks and stuff too. Okay. You don't even know the phone number? Oh no. Yeah. And the cool thing is that come back, number book, where did I put you? And the really cool thing is there is enough space that you can only take part of those big numbers if you want. Oh, that's cool, and definitely. And then, of course, you've got these, like the answers in the back. You could cut out an entire block of numbers, and they've got all the little lines between. It's fun. Yeah, that's the one thing about the landline, for sure. For sure. Okay, let's cut this one out. Oh, because in the again, I can't distress this with the paint because that red, even though it's a Staedtler, it is not waterproof. Not waterproof. Okay, Barbara, take care. Thanks for coming. Always a joy to see you. Yeah, a GoFundMe for that. That's so true, isn't it? So true. Yep, yep, yep. So I don't know what other kinds of things you would want to put on labels. Like I guess if you were doing your spices or that kind of thing. Of course, they're not going to be sticky either. Yeah, these monopolies that they have, it's brutal. Absolutely brutal. Okay, so I'm going to have a few plain white ones. Again, if you've got number stamps, you could put numbers in here. You could put whatever your heart desires in these labels. You could make the label fancy. You could paint around the edge with um, pretty colors and make flowers. Just showing ways to save some money on, you know, and if you don't have printers, etc., this is my go-to. I do have a printer, but it's still, I like having more handmade stuff. Is that your daughter's baby that you're babysitting, dog sitting? It's probably like a big fuzzy teddy bear as well. He's too cute to yell at. So again, I am just, oh, that's, I brush was really wet. But that's okay because I will be cutting around that. So that's about all my excitement for today, guys. I just wanted to make some labels because I'm low. That's awesome, Brenda. Where you are and where you belong. Yeah. Well, that's a good age for that dog. So it's kind of a boring live today. That phone feature would be excellent if you were lost too. Is that through your cell service? Well, I guess if you're out and driving and came across a wreck. So, of course, I put way too much black paint out. So, most of mine are going to be black today, but that's fine. As I say, I can doodle in between the lines. Oh, big smudges. Sometimes you don't manage to pull them up clean, and I'm way close to the edge there. All's good. It's all fine. But again, I am just using up scrap. I'm building up a stash of labels to be used for strange things. Oh, is he a chatty one? Like, my last dogs were not chatty. Like, I had a Malamute Husky cross, and that dog chatted all the time. Nice, Jean. Welcome, welcome here. Oh, definitely, Belinda. You could paint it. You could color it with markers, pencils, whatever you like. I'm just making some labels today, Jean. There are so many people just getting into the junk journaling and the craft stuff, and they figure they have to buy all this stuff. I was just showing how I could, I make labels if you don't have a printer get the free stuff. Aw, lapdog that size? That's awesome. Be cozy in winter. So I'm just using the inside from a roll of scotch tape, right? This white spool that it's on. It's got the double edge, so it gives you an inside and outside line. So I'm just stamping it with paint on scrap papers so that I can make some labels. Complaining about the rain, yeah. How's your weather, Jean? I am just really mucky again today. I think I'm muckier today than I was when I was doing the blind painting on Sunday. Yeah. Were you raising them as sled dogs? One of our dogs, her signal was, "Do you want?" And she would rah, rah, rah kind of thing, right? So we had our kids when they were little convinced that our dog could talk or read because we'd hold an open book in front of her face and go, "Do you want me to turn the page?" And she would go, "Rah, rah, rah, rah." So we would turn the page and we'd leave it open and she would just sit there and, a couple of minutes, "Do you want me to turn the page?" We had those kids convinced that their dog could read. It was hilarious. We're such bad parents. I am painting my hands as much as I am this stuff. Well, maybe. So look at all these little labels I'm going to get out of this scrap piece of paper that. Hey, Joni, welcome. Oh, Brenda, sorry to hear that. I'm just playing making labels today, Joni, using up scrap paper. Overcast, not that cold. Yeah, it's overcast here now, too. It's only like 14 degrees, which is actually nice for this time of year. We don't have snow. Our grass is still growing. Ron's got to mow again. That's just weird to be mowing in the middle of October for us. Just wrong. So I've stained these with watered down paints. I gave them washes just to age them a bit. He just sits on your foot. I had a dog that did that too. Had to sit on the feet. Had to be leaning on you. Had to be touching you. Oh, okay, so I poured some blue because I want some blue ones. I'm just going to go over where I had the black paint. It's going to be fine. I'm not concerned about if the colors smear together, run, whatever. That kind of gives it that dual color look so that it looks old. I'm just using the inside of a roll from Scotch tape, Joni, because it's got the dual ring. And I'm just stamping it. That's funny, Brenda. I mean, my girls have been gone. Um, oh, I guess it's almost 2 years since we had sisters, and one went a couple of years after the other. But it's been a couple of years since I've had the dogs here, and I'll catch myself sometimes still holding the door open for them. I'm waiting for them to go out, when we're going out into the yard. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm using these to make labels. I'm low on labels right now. And yeah, I could print some off, but then I'm not using up these little scraps of paper because I would put a full sheet in the printer, right? So I'm trying to use up paper scraps. That's awesome. So now I've got some blue ones to play with. Of course, you could do red, you could, whatever color paint you've got, even the metallics work good for this. They really do. Hey, Malia, welcome, welcome. I am just stamping some label um, blanks. I'm using the inside of a scotch tape roll because it's got the double circle. So I'm just using up scraps of paper. And as I was saying, if I was using my computer, I would be printing a whole sheet of paper. This way I'm using up scraps. Aw, that is heartbreaking. My girl stopped eating when her sister died, which was really strange because she was the one that would gobble her food. It's very sad when that happens. And they say dogs don't remember, right? They say that their memories are short term. They are not. I'm sorry. You cannot tell me that's short term. I could do another one there, but I've got that blue blob. Not sure I want that blue blob there, so I'm just going to ignore that. And then, of course, these strips I will save to put as backing for pockets or various other stuff. I try not to waste as much as possible. Definitely feelings and emotions. Definitely. And my daughter has a chihuahua, and she says his brain's the size of a pea. But he remembers me. I don't go over there very often, but he remembers me when I go over. He remembers my granddaughter anytime she comes home for a visit, and she was gone for over 6 months, and he remembered her. So I'm sure that these so called experts who say dogs don't remember, they sure do. I agree, Malia. I agree 100%. So I'm going to have a whack load of label blanks. I'm going to do some doodling between the circles on some of them. I don't know if I can get another one in here. Nope, it will be touching. My hands are so mucky again. Yeah, nice. They do. They definitely remember. Yeah, I know the feeling, Malia. I've always had dogs, and it's been a couple of years now. I have to admit, I don't miss the dog hair in the house, but I miss the companionship. But I mean, the thing is with my breathing and the way that the smoke was this year, I wouldn't be able to get out and walk them or anything. So it is for the best that, oh, that's touching. Oh, well. Exactly, Jean. Exactly. Oh, I'm making a mess here. So, anyway, this is touching. It's okay. Like I say, these are just highlights, add a little bit of whimsy, a little bit of, um, you guys all journal. You know that you like these little bits of surprises for people to come across in the journals. You know, I know you know. True. I believe that too. Oh, that's sad, Brenda. Oh, all right. So I think I've got sufficient number of these little round ones. I'll do a couple more of these bigger blue ones. And then I'm open to suggestions for if there's anything that we should do. Play, you know what I mean. Ideas, suggestions. What else should we play today, guys? More monsters? I do have that stack I gotta use up. I could definitely do a couple monsters. Definitely, definitely. Yeah, exactly, Anne. Exactly. I believe that wholeheartedly. Labels with monsters? Ooh. Can I do monsters that little? Or could these be signs the monsters are holding up? There's some creepy guy keeping walking past my window. I don't know if my next door neighbor. I'm in the basement, and I keep seeing this man walk past. Get the monsters, get the monsters. Okay. Let's do some monsters. I can definitely get the monsters. Before I do that, though, I am going to run quick and wash my hands because this is just really, really mucky. And I know I'm still going to get paint on myself doing the monsters, but let's start off with clean fingers. Be right back. Okay. Monsters it is. Monsters are us. These are a little bit wet, but the wetter ones, so they have a chance to dry. These ones are dry. They can just get stacked and thrown to the side. These can go away as well. All right. All right. Let's grab some monsters. Ooh, we got a couple of little blobby ones. This one, the paper stuck to him because it was wet when I shoved other things on top. Going to be interesting to use. Let's get rid of this so that my camera doesn't focus on that. Let's do this one. Okay? Good? As good as good? Okay, we've got yellow, brown, black, red, blue. This is a orangey red. The other red is a cool red. I need white. And a lighter blue. Nope, green. Okay, we've got colors. Monsters on top of the labels. Combination. I don't know. I think the labels are... I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right. White. Yeah, that would be a big hole, wouldn't it? All right. Grab the small paintbrushes. Number between 1 and 5. Or maybe I should have another purple. What else? Maybe another green? We got a lot of purple ones done already. Let's do it. 2 greens and some blues. It is a normal thing. Oh, Brenda, been there, done that. I get it. I get it. Number between 1 and 5, please. Anyone? 2, 3. All right. So, little paintbrush. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get that out of the way. I'm sorry the desk is getting cluttered. We know how that works in my life. Okay, this is an interesting one. I don't know what the heck it's going to be when it finishes off, but let's do 2 eyes. This one, maybe that'll be the legs. Oh, that could be the legs. We'll see. Let's do 3 eyes here. 1, 2, 3 eyes. I want those big eyes. I want them big, long eyes. Big, long eyes. 3 eyes. Oh, no, Mr. Mushroom. I'm just worried to get paint on him or spatter on him because he's got a wax finish. And if you get wax on this, or if you get water on it, it mucks up the finish, and then I have to hand polish them. And I don't want to do that. It's really hard on the hands after a while, trying to buff out the with red pupils. We could do red pupils. I'm just going to repeat 2 and 3 because nobody's given me another number. This is interesting. This is a really interesting one. I don't know where I want to put the eyes. Up here, maybe? Trying to see. That could be like a muzzle. So we'll do the eyes over here. 3 eyes. One eyeball. Okay, next one gets one big eyeball. One big eyeball right here. Right there. And the reason I'm doing them in white is just so I kind of know where they are going. Some of them I did paint over the white with yellow. Like this guy. I painted over the white with yellow and made it creepier looking. This one also. So can always change it, right? And another one eye. Nobody gave me another. We had 2 people saying one eye. Ooh, you're going to be a big, big eye. All right. All right. We got big eyes. See, I still have all my pencil crayons out that I was using for the shadowing and stuff, so I don't have to go digging for them. Kind of prepared here. It's because I was playing monsters. Yeah, if I'm going to be spattering paint, that's going to definitely have to move. Definitely. Okay, let's do mouths. Oh, 4 eyes. We need another one. Okay, 4 eyes. All right. 2 eyes. Okay, one more. Is this going to turn into another monster marathon? Oh, look, this is the guy with the nose. Let's do triangular eyes, guys. I haven't done triangular eyes. All right. Okay, that's it for eyes. I don't either, Anne. My goodness. My goodness. I know that this is also a deterrent to some people, is the mess that I make and create in. And I'm sorry if you're OCD. I am not the person for you to be watching. Okay, so mouths. We need mouths. We'll start over here. You know, this one almost looks like he's just a head and no body, because you see this could be like ears, and I see this as being where the mouth and nose are. So he could just have like, this is going to be like a head with legs, no body. Oh, you'll see. The mouth will go. It's just going to be a squiggle mouth. Like, I can show you. Maybe. Maybe. Sort of more like that kind of a mouth. Just a squiggle with teeth. Or like this. It doesn't have to be wide open. We'll do it. Okay, this one. So this is where the mouth is going to go. And again, this red paint is more orangey red. And I'm going to have to do a couple of coats of it because it doesn't cover very nicely. Okay, this one is going to have just a squiggle mouth too. This guy. This is the head. So conceivably, this guy needs a big crooked mouth like this. A monster gonk. Exactly, Brenda. My husband's got the same thing in the shop. So he even says he can't say anything because his shop is very much the same way mine is. So again, this is going to have like a big crookedy mouth like this. This one, that's the muzzle. So we've got a mouth going like this. Let's do it like that. It's going to be kind of like a dog again, this one. Are you guys following me with my paint blobs as to what I'm doing? He's looking towards the left. Somebody's looking towards the left. Red. Yeah, some of them are, we can have them look in various ways. Now this is a very strange one. I see his mouth way down here. Way down there. Okay, everybody's got a mouth? Nope. This guy needs a mouth. And he too has like a crooked mouth. Because that's his nose. Maybe. Could be a horn. Like a rhino horn, maybe? No. Okay. The red's over here. Didn't smudge on there. Just going back over these really quick. They're not quite dry, but I need the depth of color. And I'm not painting pretty. I'm not absolutely scribbling either, but I am not painting pretty. All right. So now you said red pupils. I don't remember which one you said red pupils on. So let's do it on the guy with 4 eyes. Nope, that white is still really wet. I'm going to do a big one here. And it's going to be like this. I think I got another single eye with a big red pupil, but that's okay. And let's do red pupils on this one. You're continually amazed? Him with the red mouth that is on the left. This one? This one? This one. You sit on your hands? Oh, nice, Jan. Post it in the Meet Your Creativity when you're done. Upper right. This one. You want him to have red pupils too? Okay. All right, so I've got brown paint down. So let's use some brown for some eyes. I'm going to put brown pupils on this guy. Because I can. And I'm going to put brown pupils on this guy. That one almost looks like a puppy. And let's do brown pupils on the purple guy. Awesome, Brenda. My entire house is an explosion, and I admit it. So I'm going to do brown this way. All right, all right, all right. I'm still not happy with the way that red went on. Some of it's whatever. Okay, number is between. Oh, we still need eyeballs on these guys. This guy. Let's do yellow. Let's do the whole eyeball yellow. That's okay, Jan. I still want to see. This one's a gonk monster. He's got eyes. He can't be a gonk. Gonks don't have eyes. But we shall see. I don't think I've put any hats on my monsters. Right now, my monsters are naked except for that bow tie. Yeah, everybody else is naked. Crazy. So he's got yellow eyes. Let's do these as yellow eyes as well. And what about this guy? This is a neon green. Do I want neon green? It's really translucent. Not sure I want neon green. Let's pull another thing from the bottom here. This is Christmas green, so it's a darker green. We could use this. True, Belinda. Yeah, no neon green. That's a really nice dark green. I don't normally leave my brushes sitting in water either, unless it's my stencil brush. I'm going to do his entire eyes in green. Oh, yeah. So I've come to the conclusion when I'm doing these monsters, even though I've got all this paint on, some of it gets ignored and cut off because sometimes I just have a really, really hard time incorporating it into the monster. So I'm taking a little bit of artistic license. I'm using the majority of stuff, but not all. Does that make sense? Well, yeah, monsters generally are naked. Kong monster's name is Gordy. Could be. Could be. I like it. So I'm going to take this, and this yellow eyes are going to have green. Dark green pupils. Um, this needs. I don't want to use yellow, dark green on that one as well. Let's do this orangey red because it will show up nicely on that yellow. And we're just going to do this because that's creepy, right? Yeah, creative license. Creative license. Let's do white on these guys. All right. Numbers between 1 and 5 again, please. Ooh, square glasses. That could be fun. Gordy Gonk. 2. Okay. 1, 2. Another 2. 2. Anyone else? Numbers between 1 and 5? Anyone? Anyone? Okay, this guy gets just one big tooth right here. One big organ tooth. Oh no. 4. All right. Let's do this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. One square eye. I'm not pulling it. It's going to take me a couple of hours just to do these, guys. We got lots here. We got lots here. A square eye, that would be very nice, though. I will do that later. In fact, maybe I'll not even show anybody and just send it to you, Belinda. Okay. Numbers between 1 and 5? Anyone? Do another one with 4. 3, 3, and 2. All right. We've got them. 3, 3, 3. Oh, red paint on your fingers and you're making spots on them. This guy gets 2. All right. Hey, Janet, welcome, welcome. We're just playing with my blind painted monsters. Continuing on from Sunday. So, what I did was I took scraps of paper and then I put a plate over my paintbrush and I scribbled paint. So I ended up with all these weird shaped things and I've been turning them into monsters. So I did most of these on the live on Sunday. These down here I did in the evening. But we're just playing a bit with some monsters. Okay, so I need a nice fine brush and I'm going to start outlining with the black. Oh, hey, I was standing up to do this to show you guys what I was doing. Let me get the clipboard. And I'm going to water this black down just a little bit because it's been sitting a while, so it's pretty darn thick. And I want it to flow just a little bit better when I'm outlining. Oh, mushrooms in the way. Okay, here we go. So we've got this guy. Let's outline the mouth. The teeth. Around the eyes. So I'm going to consider this as a horn on his head. So I'm going to have to turn that into a horn. So we're going to go like this and make it into a horn. There's his head. By the time we are done, you will see that that is a horn because we will be adding shading and coloring. Got a leg there. Oh, he's got 3 legs. This one has 3 legs. No arms. 3 legs, no arms. Let's give him some toes. 1 big toe. Let's do just like 1 big toe. So I'm going to go around like this. 1 big toe on each foot. Did I just drag my hand through that? Yes, I did. It's okay because when I cut them off at the end, you'll see what happens. Okay, so here we have our monster. This is the head. So we'll do some shadowing and stuff after, but he's outlined. We will put him aside to dry. Oh, that's excellent, Malia. Fuzzy eyebrows is okay. How are you today, Janet? Well, I guess it's evening for you. Okay, we got the eyes outlined. Haven't decided if I want to do black pupils on these guys or not. So that's why I haven't put the pupils on yet. We'll decide as it goes. I'm doing a wobble line around his head because I can. Let's outline the mouth. And the teeth. And now we have to decide what he looks like. I think he's going to have one of those just wobbly bottom. I might put feet. Don't really have room to put feet on that. This arm's going to go like this. And this arm is going to go like this. And we're going to cut them off like that because I need more monsters that aren't leaning on things. Because I've decided when I put them on the black paper, the ones I thought would be leaning, if I do the black all the way around the edges, it's not going to work great. Does that make sense? It is currently 14 degrees, which is 57. And it's semi-cloudy. So I want to give these guys paws because I can. This one gets paws. They don't all get paws. Okay, so he's to this stage. Now we're going to put him aside. I have this one. Your ocean of National Geographics. My girlfriend just sent me a picture of somebody selling National Geographics. There's got to be about 400 of the darn things. She asked if I wanted them, and I said no room. This guy's kind of got a cone head. It's going to be interesting. This one's going to be interesting. So just outlining and getting the body shapes down and the mouth shapes. We'll get into the detailing shortly. One big tooth. Yeah, I told her I was looking for encyclopedias, and she sent me that. Okay, this one has a pupil, an iris, whatever. You know what I mean. So we've got this weird shape here. I'd like to think that his arms are kind of akimbo, like this. Does that make sense? And his hands, like, here's his body. Body. And let's do kind of like clasped hands. They'll be touching. Sort of like that. Does that look fun? Yeah, I have to start stripping down the National Geographics that I've got. Now, I'm looking at this part of his body and thinking this could be a foot, this could be a foot, and that could be a foot. Again, another 3-footed monster. Three-legged monsters. We're getting some weird dudes happening here. He's kneeling? Oh, not sure. Not exactly sure what he's doing. So we got 3 legs. He's fun. He's fun. We'll get to decorating him more. Yeah, I've done a lot of like blind portraits and stuff, Brenda's. It's lots of fun. I use maps for that too, Cindy. Okay, so we've got this guy. Let's outline the eyes. Head. Nose. He's singing opera? He could be. Do the teeth. And this one's going to have looking up that way. This one doesn't have any arms. He's just got legs. A head with legs. Because we can. Now, I'm not sure what kind of feet we want to have. Maybe something like that. Then we'll come in and give them the nails and things. He does need a drool. I have not played making drool yet, though. I was going to do that. I was going to do metallic white and silver and see if I could make drool strings. I've got a feeling that it's going to be a while before I make monsters again, because I'm going to have lots. Outline the eyes. For some reason, this one kind of reminds me of the Wolfman. Just the way the paint strokes go, he really looks hairy. The mouth. Teeth. Okay, so I don't know what we got this guy doing here. It's going to have one foot going this way and one foot going that way. And that's the legs. I'm not sure what this is. Haven't. Okay, so we'll do a zigzaggy head. Okay, there's the head. What is that? What is this? A big arm with lots of fingers. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So there's his head. Do you see it? Do you see it? This is his arm. And he's got like a bazillion fingers. Well, he's got 5. That's what I got. That's what I got. And a belly button. This one can have a belly button. Oh, nope. Wrong color, Kim. He's kind of cute. I think I want to give him red pupils, maybe. Will that be creepy? So some of them are going to end up having pupils and some of them are not, or irises. You know what I mean. Those center the eye things, the black part, but this guy's got red ones. Am I making anybody dizzy spizzing around like that? And then let's outline the... Whoa. Brush is really wet. It's okay. We want them to have creepy eyes, right? Three more. And then we get to embellish. So we thought that this would be a great nose. Right? Ooh, he could have an ear here. I like that idea. We could give him an earring after. What do you think? On the eyes. Used car salesman. I'm gonna have to get you guys to write stories for me for my critters. Definitely a used car salesman. So again, this is his arm and his hand, body, body. Hey, come back. Body, and we've got this leg and that leg. So if we go like this, then I've got this blob here. I think I'm going to ignore that blob because it's not connected. And some sort of hand. What are we going to do for the hand? We could do these kind of toe fingers. Yep, I like them. I like them. The appliance repair man. All right. So this one I should give like bum cheeks. Like that. This monster has a bum crack. There we go. Now this one, goodness. We'll start with the eye. I haven't perfected the drool yet. I'll try it. Okay, let's try that. Let's do the drool. I want silver and I want metallic white. No, you can't argue with stupid. You can just get frustrated. Let's do the drool. No, gotta have the drool. Gotta have drool. Okay, so I've got silver and I've got metallic white. We're running out of room here. We gotta do the drool, guys. Gotta do the drool. Come on. this is a much thicker paint. Okay, so this is metallic white, Artist Loft, so Michael's brand. This is Crafters Acrylic Decor. Get a toothpick. I had a toothpick here. Toothpick. I have a bin of toothpicks over there someplace under the stack of stuff. Where are my toothpicks? Oh, I moved it. I have a thing of toothpicks, and yeah, I reuse these too, Gotta reuse. Okay, so let's mix this white and silver together. The silver is very translucent, and so is that white. So I thought that if I combined them, it would be just a real sparkly. Hey, I could use glitter glue. Maybe I should have used glitter glue. We'll see what happens, because that just kind of looks gray. I'm just going to take one of these ones that I haven't done anything with, and I'm going to just practice drool on that. So it's got to have like a drop on the end, right? I don't know. Sort of like that, guys. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that because, like I say, it's just so translucent. See if I can get up close and personal with you here. Can you see it? It's like here. But I mean, I could also do like another little drop. Kind of like that. Is that more like drool? Can you see it? If not, I will outline it with a pen. I know. You can hardly see it. That's kind of what I was thinking. The thing is I can see it because I can see the shine. So this one goes like this and like that. And this one just has a big blobby on the end. Can you see them now? And does that look like drool? I know it's hard to see. On the camera, definitely it's hard to see. If I tilt it this way, can you see? It kind of looks gray, but it is really shiny. So I was thinking like it would be like a teardrop shape, right? So that it would have like a big blob. But this has to be like really like stringy and gooby, like this kind of shape. So that it's not straight, but blobby and thicker. Oh, it would be longer. I'm just trying to get. So I'm thinking if I do thin, blobby, thin, blobby, thin, blobby, and then a big drop on the bottom. Does that make sense? So these are almost dots. Okay, I'll let you get your thoughts together and I will outline this guy. I've got two more to outline. Okay, so did the eye. I think I'm going to have just like that across. Is that a creepy looking eye? And then we got a goofy mouth. Outline the teeth. Just long and thin teardrop at the end. Okay, we'll try that. So this guy's got a big nose. Like this. Almost like Jimmy Durante. Do you guys remember Jimmy Durante? So this is the head. Let's give him a nostril. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm going to give him nose hairs as well. Now this is a big, long arm. He's a knuckle dragger, this one. Paint is not wet enough. No. Keep playing, Belinda. I appreciate it. I appreciate ideas. This is the body. And then we've got this leg, and that leg's behind. And so this kind of looks really kind of hairy. So I'm going to do lines like this before I add feet. This black area is going to get cut so that I've got, when I trim them out, big nostril, eye. Okay, so that one is blocked, roughed out. Knuckle Dragon Ned, I like it. Awesome. Knuckle Dragon Ned. This almost looks like a Scotty dog or something to me. Scotty dog with 2 teeth. Now, we're just going to do like little feet sticking out. So it's going to be like a foot, a big toe. I did the toes totally different. I made that one into circles and this one not. It's okay. So this is just a head with legs, this one. The schnoz. All right. Okay, so let's start with this guy. I don't remember his name. None of the other monsters have names, guys. This is very strange in my life, Normally I name everything, or I get you guys to name everything with me. Okay, I have a dark green, so let's do the shadowing. A little bit of shading under the mouth, under the neck, here, under the arm, under the butt cheeks. Let's give him some wrinkly, pouchy things under his eyes and over his eyes. Almost looks like eyebrows. I know you guys can't really see it. Can you see the lines? Okay. I'm going to glue them on the black paper and I'll do them individually. You guys can do their dossiers. We need pink cheeks because he's blushing a little bit because of that butt crack. Right? Now we need some nails. We've been giving everybody red nails. What other color can we use for nails, guys? Purple? I don't think we gave anybody purple nails. Hey, Angela, welcome, hon. How are ya? Nice to see you. Okay, so we're going to do some purple nails on this guy. This one's the plumber, right? Plumber with long purple nails. Okay, so he's got purple nails. We're going to have to give him some purple nails down here too. And again, I will outline those with pen because they're just a little hard to do with the paintbrush. Okay, so let's add a little bit more of this dark under the arm, under the neck, under the mouth, under the eye. Oh, he doesn't have pupils. Let's give, or irises. Yellow irises. Oh, I'm glad to hear you're good. That's Joey. You're going to have to remember this. I'm not going to remember it. So let's just water down a little bit of this yellow. Water it down just a bit. We're going to go around the top of his head for highlight. Definitely on his nose. His nose has to be highlighted. This part of his arm would be highlighted. But cheeks have to be highlighted. Actually, let's do it like this. This makes sense. And we'll do the top of his leg a little bit. And there, behind his leg. Can you guys see the highlighting? Does it look different than it did? And highlight his ear. Now we got to give him an earring. Got to give him an earring. Should it just be like a shiny dot, like a stud earring? Because he's Studley. Studley Joey. Just like this. Let's make sure it's there. Good. So then I will. Oh, hey, he doesn't have eyelashes. That's a problem. It's got to have some sort of eyelash things. Maybe off the tops of his eyes? Like this? And some at the bottom, right? They're a little heavy, a little thick. And I think for the nails, I'm going to outline them with a white gel pen at the tops. Or maybe just let's take some white paint and just highlight the tops of the nails just so we can see where they are. Does that make sense? Can you see them better? A good container for a rust garden. Awesome. How's that look? Does he still need something in the center with the yellow for his eyes? Does he look kind of blind? Feedback. I think maybe a couple of little white eyelashes too would help. He can be blind. The blind plumber. I like it. All right. Let's cut him out. Let's cut him out. Oh, yeah. I do that with Ron too. Old nails and things were great. That green blob was very distracting to me. Ooh, not getting close enough, Kim. But that's okay because I can always come back in and add black paint around where I'm not cutting close enough. I'm also using little scissors, which is really weird. Let's not use those. I don't like those. Much more used to these big dollar store scissors. There we go. Oh, should he have a pimple on the end of his nose? Anyone? I think he needs a pimple on the end of his nose. He's coming, guys. He's coming close. I know. Boring. Boring. Kim's fuzzy cutting. Boring. Oh, he's cute. I think he needs a zit on the end of his nose. So we're going to take the red. We're going to do a blob of red. Then we're going to clean the brush. And, oh, shape it, shape it. And yellow. Because that's ugly. Then I'm going to take my black pen and I'm going to go around his earring. I didn't go around his eyes. That's why it's weird. That's weird. What do you think? Let's put him on the black. Put him on the black. Is he done? Oh, that's a cool idea, Brenda. It's a great idea. Is he done? Let's put him to the side and we'll see what happens. We might add a little bit more to him. Now we've got this goofy guy. Let's get that dark green pencil again so that we could do some shading. Thanks. So we know we got to go in here because that's got to be shadowed. Oh, you know what? That's actually going to have to be cut out. That actually has to be cut out. So I'm going to ignore that. Shadowing under the hands. He's doing a weird dance. I like it. Under the head. Under the mouth. Under the eye. And then there. There. Now we have to decide what we want to do on these feet things. What about if those are kind of like the bottoms of the feet and we need like the pads on paws? Does that make sense? So that like his toes are up and so that he's got 2 toes on each foot. And then we're going to take this pink and we're going to color in the pads. Being careful not to touch the wet paint and smear it all over the place, Kim. Does that make sense? Rosy cheeks. And I think this guy kind of needs some wrinkles on his forehead. Right? Let's give him some wrinkles. Let's give him an eye line here. And then some wrinkles. Eyelashes. I'm looking at them, thinking freckles. Does he need freckles? I think he needs some freckles. Because we can. Let's put some eyelashes up this side. That's a goofy eyeball. Very, very goofy eyeball. I like it. I like it. So let's do yellow highlight the top of the arm here, here, there. Top of the toes. We'll do a highlight here, here, there. Down this hip. Stop moving. This elbow needs a highlight. Ooh, top of his head needs a highlight. Between the wrinkles, let's put some lighter color there so that it looks like it's got a bit of depth. I think I want, where's that dark green? I want some dark green in here. Just a little bit. Just a little bit at the sides of the eyes. Can you see them? Can you see them? So I definitely need to add black here. Oh, shaky hand, shaky hand. And his hands are kind of in fists, so I'm just going to leave them as they are. But I will give him like wrinkly knuckles. Okay, let's cut him out. So this one, I think I'm going to have to use a knife to get in around the arms because it's a little small for my scissors. And because it's on book page, I have to be careful I don't rip. The thing is that if I leave some of the book page there, I can always use black paint to disguise it, right? I can always touch that up with black paint. Oh, close. Kim, stop. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's better. You had to pay the gardener? Yeah, gardeners like to get paid, I guess. Necessary evils, some of these things that we have to do. Okay, let's cut him out. Do you think he's done? Like, do you guys think that he needs anything? I know, boring. Kim's cutting out shit. Stuff. Sorry. I apologize. Oh, thanks, Malia. I have no clue as to what I'm going to be doing with them. I just sometimes get a bee in my bonnet and I just have to make stuff. And then I get carried away and I do a bazillion of them. And then I hoard them because I can't give them up yet. So I don't know what these guys are going to end up being. Just random things in my journals, maybe? I don't know. Don't know, don't know. Oh, look at him. Oop, trim that, trim that. That's ugly. Look at him. Um, no, I haven't done him yet, I don't think. No, he's still waiting. Yeah, it is. It's the fun of creating them. It is the fun. Okay, let's do the drooler. Let's do the drooler. Let's try the drool. I guess the drool would have to come from the front of his mouth, right? So it would have to come down like this. Now that is going to be let me see. I'm going to have to outline it. Where do you go? Where do you go? Yes. Like that. Because that's going to have to get cut out. Now we get to decorate them. Clipboard. So, wanted to give him some nostril hairs. I don't have any names left in me. I guess the nostril hairs will have to go this way. Like that. Nostril hairs. We got nostril hairs. Let's do a little white dot on this eye for the highlight. Now, dark green. Dark green. I don't know if this is a watercolor pencil. My daughter bought me an art set and it had a bunch of different colored pencils in them. There were these and there were some with a silver paint on them. And this one colors so nicely. I'm wondering if it's actually a pencil crayon or a watercolor. I don't know. So we have to go under the neck for shadow. Then we have to go under the arm here for shadow. And this leg gets shadowed. And under the arm here for shadow. Shadow under the eye and under the mouth. Oh, definitely under the nose. Can't forget under the nose needs a shadow. Okay. Maybe along this part of the arm. It's a bit dark. Now we'll take the yellow and we'll go top of the head for highlight. It's got a red dot because I spilled paint. Let's do the top of the eye in yellow, top of the nose, over the mouth can be yellow. Okay. Outside of the arm, the back, Oh, let's give him a big yellow belly. And let's put speckles on his belly. Yeah. Let's give him red rosy cheek. Oh, bye, Janet. Take care. Sweet dreams. Thank you. Hugs to you and Freddie and your family. Let's do some black eyelashes. And, okay, let's use black paint and outline that jewel a little better. I don't know what he is. He's definitely different. Give him spots on his belly. Should his whole body be spotted? Or just leave his belly spotted? Okay, now let's do some nails. Let's do some nails. And we'll do some nails down here too. So this hair at the bottom of his legs here, I'm going to come in and add a little bit of white hairs and some black hairs just with the pens because it's thinner. I just want to get this drool happening. What do we think? What do we think? Okay, let's add. I want to add just a little bit more whitish at the top because I want the top of his head really, really light. Along his nose ridge. It's a little bit darker at the top. His cheek. All right. Black gel pen under the nails. And just a little bit of white on top of the nails. Oh, white, Kim, get some white on that brush. Get some white on that brush, lady. The white's getting a little thick. Just that little bit of highlight. You know what? I think he needs to have bloodshot eyes. Because I don't think anybody's got bloodshot eyes. I'm going to be cutting out that black blob that's there. Let's cut him. Let's cut him. Her, him. Have to admit, these guys are fun. I like them almost as much as my Goonie birds. And you know that's saying a lot. This drool is tough. I like it. Not sure it's what we all envisioned. Okay, make sure you're not cutting off any feet or anything there, Kim. Oh, nope. Okay. This paper, this book page is pretty darn brittle. So cutting is pretty easy, but it also tears if I'm not careful because my scissors aren't the sharpest in the world. This guy kind of has a bit of a square head. He's a blockhead. Yep, I like these almost as much as my Goonie birds, guys. Which means very hard for me to part with. Yeah! Good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. What do you think? Does he need anything? I think he's fun. Wow, 3 done. I have 4 more to go. So, this poor little dude. So we're turning this into a horn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dark blue. That's purple. Nope, that's blue. So I'm going to take this dark blue and I'm going to go around the outside edge. So it kind of looks, you'll see what I mean. Definitely around the outside edge. Then I'm going to take the white and I'm going to go in the middle. Then I'm going to take this black gel pen and I'm going to do little roundy kind of half circle things so that it looks like it's rounded. I don't know how well you can see that. Can you see that? So now we've got these long oval white pupils. Outlining them with the pen because I figured the black paint is going to be too dark against that dark green. So I'm going to use this one. Nope, I'm going to use that dark blue first. And I'm going to go around all the eyes for shadowing so that they kind of stick out. I'm wanting them to look like they're sunken or the eyes are bulgy. You know what I mean. That definitely it has an effect this way. Can you see the difference with that? Okay, Jan, take care. Hugs to Fiona for me. We're going to go under this lip with the dark blue for shadowing. Bottom of the chin. Under the neck. Hugs to Jade and everyone. If you're seeing all of everybody. Now, he's got 3 legs, so his body doesn't really end. This is just weird. So I'm just going to go along the bottom side where I think the shadow needs to be. Both sides of them. Because I want them to kind of look round. If that makes sense. So the edges are in shadow. And the centers definitely are going to be highlighted. And these little feet, I'm going to color them in with this blue here. Now, I don't know if these are like suction cup feet or what would happen in here. This body is definitely strange. I'm going to use this light blue along the back spine. Around the head. I guess I could have used white. That's okay. Let's give, what color irises do we want to put on this guy? Yeah, suction cups for feet. So then what I have to do is I have to put dark right in the very middle of them so that maybe what I need to do is just dot with this dark blue. Hoping those look like suction cups. I've never studied what a suction cup looks like. White gel pen. White gel pen is invisible on this desk. There it is. It's hiding way back here. Dark green? Green? He's got dark green there. So I'm thinking the center of the eye needs to be, the pupil needs to be I could do it green. What about if I do it like a lime green? Take a little bit of this dark green that's dried over and a bit of this yellow. Look at that. Look at that. That's a nice limey green. Nice bright lime green. I like it. Let's do the, not with that. Oh yeah. Doesn't show up much from a distance. When that's dry, I am going to draw around it with the gel pen. So I'm thinking this guy needs stripes or something on his body. Because there's something definitely not as punchy about this body as some of the other ones. So how about if first we do a little bit of a cheekbone? No, don't like the idea of a cheekbone. But we could do top of the nose so it looks like it's kind of rounded too. And under the chin. And then right in the middle, we take some white. So it's definitely highlighted. And in here. Around the top of his head. Definitely get the center of that horn. Around the top of his head. Now. Prominent black nose. Okay, I can do that. Thinking of a nice shape for a prominent black nose. Something like that. Like that. You've got a headache? I'm sorry. Is it me? So on that black nose, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a little line of white at the very top as a highlight. You can barely see it, but it's there, and it does, I don't know how well you can see it. Make it just a little bit darker. All right. Okay, he needs stripes. He needs stripes, guys. He really does. Oh, guys, I still have 4 more to do. Well, I think I'm going to sign off after this one because Sunday was 4 hours. We're close to 3 now. Oh, yeah, the stress. I want to do stripes, but I think I'm going to do them like a solid blue, if that makes sense. Solid blue. And I'm going to go like this. So they'll show, but not quite as... I've got pencils under this and we're rolling. We're rolling. Oh, that's way lots. Way lots. And we'll give him stripes on his legs as well, because we can. Might as well have fun. And on this leg. Oh, I guess I should have gone the other way. Doesn't matter. The reason I think I should have gone the other way is because the suction cups. But it's just fine the way it is. So now, how would the head have stripes? We would have stripes like this. And you know what? This is the same blue that was used to paint him. So these stripes are there, but they're not going to be wild and swearing, if that makes sense. So now I am going to take this black pen and I'm going to go around these irises. No, yeah, irises. That would be the iris. So he needs some sort of eyelashes or eyebrows or I don't know what. I don't know what. The eyes definitely need something. How about if I take the yellow and give like a couple of side wrinkles to these eyes? Yep, I like it. I have to admit, I like it. It adds a little bit of something. Still needs some eyelashes. All's fine, Anne. All's fine. I'll hold up the guys that I've done in just a minute. I'm going to be calling it quits after this one. I'll cut them out. And then you guys can see what this crazy mind has done with your help. Oh, he needs whiskers. I'm sorry. He needs whiskers. Three-legged something. Cut him out. I don't know. We're I don't know what we're doing about names because I haven't written names down on anybody. As I say, I'm going to glue them onto the black and I'm going to cut them out and post them and number them on my group. And we could play Name the Monster. Name that monster. It's going to be kind of like Name That Tune. This is definitely one of the goofier looking monsters. I'm going to have to look for pictures of suction cups so that I can do these bottom of these feet. Uh-oh. Not a serious oh but an oh. Just having fun, no names required. Doogie the doggy? Could be. Three-legged dog with a horn on his head. All right. All right. So let's put these guys on the black. The ones that I've got done. Got carried away with the green ones. Whoa, no sliding. The green ones today. Those are the 4 from today, guys. See them all? Are they all there? Are they all there? Yeah, that horn kind of looks like an ear, although I did try to make it look like a horn. Not too sure. Oh, thanks. Well, that's supposed to be drool. I'm trying to perfect drool. So I mixed metallic white and silver together because I wanted it to sparkle. It does have a shine to it. But I have to look at pictures of drool. Oh, this guy? Is that the one you're talking about? The guy with the... Yeah, that one definitely has a tongue. And he's got a tattoo that says Mom. He's my favorite. That one's absolutely my favorite out of them all that I've been playing with. So I am going to call it a day, guys. Thank you for watching. Yeah, sometimes I just get carried away. I just get in the zone and just keep going and going. Kind of like the Energizer Bunny. Who did I call the Energizer? Beth was the Energizer Bunny last weekend, helping Becca with her streams and her own, and it was just crazy. Beth just went all weekend, it seemed. So anyhow, thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate you all. That's not his rump. That's his arm. That's his arm. It's kind of like a wing thing. It's okay, Anne. I know what life's like. Thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate you all. And take care. I will see you guys all on Friday. Take care, everyone. Bye now.